Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ishola Deborah and this is Let's Talk with Deborah show. Actually, the second episode of Let's Talk with Deborah, and in today's episode we're talking about a woman's sense of self. So this is done towards the International Women's Day, and to everyone out there, I wish you happy International Women's Day. You are strong, you are courageous, and I wish you a happy view. So in this video I'll be sharing to you how to understand your sense of self as a woman, how to understand your sense of self as a woman. So the topic for the first time, maybe you are thinking in your heart that what actually is sense of self, or what do we mean by a woman's sense of self. Sense of self has to do with the perception of the collection of characteristics that defines you. So note the word characteristics that defines you, and these things forms your personality traits, your identity, your moral codes and conduct, and also result to your unique identity, and this is why you are you. So in this video I'll be sharing a woman's sense of self. Woman's sense of self has to do with what governs your behavior, the moral codes that governs your behavior. So what makes you behave as a woman that you are today is your sense of self. Simply how you perceive yourself. You understand your sense of self as a woman. So if sense of self has to do with your perception of the characteristics that defines you, so that means you have to understand the characteristics that define you as a woman. In the Garden of Eden, God revealed a woman first as an Ezer. Ezer is a Greek word meaning a strong helpmate. So a woman was revealed first as an helpmate to a man, which means that we are an help, are a solution provider. So then I was studying at the time and something popped up in my mind that nothing actually can die in a woman's hand, because when a woman was caused, the woman was called a multiplier, was called a life giver, because we give out life. Our womb is to what? Is to procreate, to give out life. So actually a life giver cannot be a life taker, because she was caused to multiply, caused to be productive, to be reproductive, and also to manage, that is an help. In the beginning, a woman was called a multiplier. We are to give life, have the power to give life. So as a woman, nothing can actually die in your hands. If you know this power and you walk in it, you will actually see it coming to pass in your life. So I am reaffirming to walk in this consciousness. So going on, I'm going to be talking about how you can understand your sense of self as a woman. And I already said that in the beginning you are called a solution, you are called an help, and also we are a life giver. So I'm going to be sharing in this video 5 ways you can know your sense of self as a woman. And I'm going to be relating that with the 5 senses that we have. It's a beautiful thing that these 5 senses also work with we knowing how to understand our sense of self. And the 5 senses are smell, taste, touch, and sound. So the first one is sight. What have you seen about yourself as a woman? What has God shown you about yourself as a woman? He created you and called you a woman. But have you spent time to, in showing to you who you are as a woman? What have you seen about yourself as a woman? You have to see yourself as God sees you. Have you seen yourself as God sees you as a woman? Who did God call you to be as a woman? It is very, very important as a woman to see yourself as God sees you. So one is touch. Touch. What have you touched? What have you handled? What have you mastered about yourself as a woman? Are you just in this world as a woman just to procreate? What have you about yourself? And you've touched, and it is already tangible to you. Touching has to be is related to tangibility. When you touch a thing, you know that this is it. It becomes real. So it's already tangible to you. And the third one is smell. What is it that smells around you? What have you smelled around you? What does people smell around you? Take for instance, there's some women that when they appear, they have this compelling power that is being perceived around them, and but they also perceive it. So what is it that you perceive about yourself? What is it that you smell around you that people it's already a pointer to who you are? So smelling also will help you to understand your sense of self. So are you still following? And we're talking about sense, and that is why I'm relating the 5 senses to this. One is taste. What have you tasted? This I related it to be experience. What has been your experience so far as a woman? This will also guide you in you knowing your sense of self. For instance, you are tasting the soup from a pot of soup. You can best tell us how the soup tasted in your mouth, because the way a soup will taste in another person's mouth, take for instance, someone that has not brushed his or her teeth, the taste will be different who has his or her teeth brushed. So you are the best person that can best experience a thing as it is. So your experience also will also help you in knowing your sense of self. And with sound, I love this because I believe everybody has a message. God has called us to establish His kingdom on earth, but everybody is doing it in a different way, but the same message. Every woman in this world have a message. Some people are called to they have a message for families. Some people have a message for parenting. What is it that God has asked you to sound? What is that message that God has said? What you are to sound, and sounding it aright will also help you to note your sense of self. Listen, as regards God's agenda, what are you sounding as regards God's agenda? What's that particular message that God has given you as a woman? Noting this will also help you to understand your sense of self. What have you seen? What have you smelled? Or what have you perceived? What have you touched? What have you tasted? And what are you sounding? Having a very solid sense of self of you is very, very essential to your overall well-being. It's essential to your mental, to your physical, to your emotional and spiritual health. And having a full recognition of who you are as a woman. Because when you have a very strong sense of self as a woman, it will help you to actualize and live the best version of who God has called you to be as a woman. So advice: always smile. Help boost the confidence of those who want to approach you for your wisdom. You are such a wise woman. So, if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to put a comment in the comment section and like the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Please share, and thank you so much for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye.